I'm going to break down how I earn around $10,742 per week by creating and selling my own digital products and how you can do it too. If you want to avoid the headaches, hidden fees, and platform risks that come with platforms like Etsy, Amazon, and more, then keep watching. So let's dive in. This video is sponsored by Dot Store, but more on them later. Now, the first thing I want to talk about is why I don't recommend that you sell on Etsy, Amazon, or any third-party site. Because all too often I find that people get sucked in to sell on these platforms because, let's be honest, they spend a hefty marketing budget to get sellers on their site. They want sellers so they can make money off the ads that the sellers will have to buy and the listing fees and things like that. And that is precisely why I do not recommend selling on a third-party site. Not only that, but then you do not own your business. It's better if you were to generate your own traffic, to have your own business that nobody can shut down, nobody can take away from you, nobody can tell you,
oh, now you have to pay these fees, and these fees increased, and now you have to run ads to reach the same people that you used to be able to get for free.
Sound familiar? Sounds like Meta, right? And that's what a lot of these platforms do. They're free at first, then they're a little bit, then there's so much competition. You have to pay money for paid ads to stand out. And again, these are all the reasons why I personally don't sell on these sites and why I don't recommend that you do either. So without these sites, how do I make money selling digital products? Well, I don't need to rely on sites like Amazon or Etsy because I go ahead and create my own traffic. I find it a lot more fun, I find it a lot easier, and I find it a lot lower cost. So what is this thing that I do that generates traffic? Well, you're watching it right now. I create YouTube videos every single week. And what I do is once a month, I take 2 days to film all 8 videos. And by 2 days, it really only takes me 2 to 4 hours to record 4 videos. But I put out 8. So I'll spend 2 to 4 hours one day and 2 to 4 hours on a second day to get all 8 videos. Now, you can do just 1 video per week. I personally like to do 2 videos per week because it generates me more traffic. It also, I believe, helped me grow my channel faster. It's just a strategy that has worked for me, so I really enjoy doing it. And so because I generate my own traffic, I make my own YouTube videos, YouTube shows those videos to other people. I generate traffic for free. It doesn't cost me money to make these videos. Like, yes, I have now hired a video editor, but that's something that you don't need to do. Like, you can do it all for free. You can even use your cell phone to make your videos at first. And this is so much more low cost than doing something like paid ads or listing fees or listing on someone else's third-party website. So that's how I generate traffic. And if you're wanting to create your own digital products, but you're not sure which one to sell, I have a full list of all 54 different types of digital products that you can download completely for free. It's in the link in the description below this video. And that's how I get traffic. So I create YouTube videos, we put them out every single week. And then in the videos, I mention freebies, just like I just did. And a freebie is where we're offering a little digital product for free that's going to get someone a quick result, whether it's discovering what their digital product should be or how to script their own videos or how to grow their email list. All of these freebies are located below, by the way. And in order to get them, you just put in your name and email so we can send you the freebie. And it also gets you onto our email list. And this is how I move my YouTube viewers to email subscribers. Well, why do I do that? Yes, people still open emails. In fact, we get over 30% in email open rate, and we have over 30,000 email subscribers on our email list. So yes, email marketing does still work. It's also a way for you to own your subscribers, because if YouTube or Etsy or Amazon or whatever was to shut you down, you no longer have contact to those people. But if you have your own email list, you can email those people whenever you'd like, and you can still reach out to them. Not to mention, email marketing is 40 times more effective than social media marketing alone. So when you pair growing your following through social media and then nurturing your following with email marketing, it is chef's kiss. So that's exactly what I do is I grow on YouTube, I move my viewers to email subscribers, and then what I do is I create a checkout page for a digital product. And if you're a beginner, if you've never made sales with digital products before, I would recommend that you start with either an ebook or a workshop. These are both very fast, simple, and easy to create, which will help you get to sales fastest. And all you need to sell those is a checkout page. You're going to have the name of the digital product, what's included, and then a form where they're going to be able to put their information, their email, their name, and their payment info. And they're going to be able to purchase that digital product, receive it instantly to their inbox, and that money goes instantly into your account, whether it's Stripe, PayPal, etc., as well. And by the way, I also have a totally free on-demand workshop, which is going to take you through finding your niche, figuring out which digital product to sell, all the steps and my story of how I was able to do it and how you can do it too, how you can create and sell your very own digital products for consistent passive income. And how you can register for that is it's the first link in the description below this video. Again, this is totally free and it is on demand, so you can watch it as soon as you sign up. Imagine this. Your YouTube videos are bringing in traffic, your freebies are growing your email list, and your email marketing, it's turning subscribers into paying customers. But there's one more piece that makes the whole system work even better. Owning your own website with your own domain. And that's where today's sponsor comes in. When you build your site using a .store domain, it can actually help you sell more digital products. No, seriously. An industry study found that websites on a .store domain get 87% more traffic and rank twice as high on Google. Why? Because when people see .store, they instantly know that you're selling something. No confusion, just straight to the point. That's why brands like Mr. Beast, Rihanna, and over 1.5 million other sellers use .store domains. And right now, because .store is sponsoring this video, you can grab your own .store domain for just 99 cents. When you use code MOLLY, that's MOLLY. Sure, you can use another registrar like GoDaddy or Namecheap, but this 99 cents deal, it's only available through my link in the description below this video. Plus, when you get your .store domain, you'll unlock free access to Elevate.store, plus a curated hub of top tools for online sellers, like Canva, Shopify, AutoDS, and more. Everything you need to start and scale your online store, even if you're brand new. So click the link in the description below, use code MOLLY, and get started today. All right, now I want to share with you guys what I would do to get a digital product up, running, and selling within 24 hours if I was starting from scratch. Because yes, this is absolutely possible. And all too often I see beginners overcomplicating things, focusing on things like multiple social media channels or a website or logos, branding, t-shirts, like all this stuff that is not going to help them get to sales fastest. So I want to take you through the most simple and fast way to go from zero to making sales with your digital products in 24 hours or less. So here's what I would do. I would start posting on YouTube 1 to 2 times every single week. And don't wait until you have a certain number of subscribers. Okay, so in order to sell your digital product in 24 hours, you do already need to have someone to sell to. This doesn't need to be a giant following or a giant email list, but I do recommend getting to around 100 to 200 email subscribers. So what I'm about to say, I recommend that you do that first and then do this so you can make sales within 24 hours, okay? And you can sprint to getting to 100 email subscribers really, really, really quickly, okay? So once you have that, what you're gonna do is send a survey through Google Forms, which is totally free, and you're going to ask people, what is your biggest struggle with XYZ? What is your biggest problem with XYZ? What is your goal in the next 12 months with XYZ? And XYZ is your niche, by the way. Then you're going to read through these surveys and see what people's biggest problems are, their biggest struggles. That is what you want to create your digital product around, because in order for it to sell really, really well, you need it to solve a problem for your potential customers. So once you get that survey back, you are going to know what your digital product should be about. From there, you want to choose if you want it to be an ebook or a workshop. Now for me, if I want to make sales in 24 hours or less, I'm going with workshop. It is way faster, simpler, and easier to create, and you can pre-sell it. Just like any workshop you would do in person, you pay for it ahead of time. If you were to do painting or pottery or photography or some kind of workshop, you're going to pay in advance and then you're going to show up for the workshop on that day. This is the same thing, but it's virtual through Zoom or Google Meet. So you're going to create a checkout page. You can use something like System.io, which is what I use to run my whole business, and you can get a totally free account, not a free trial, a free account by using the link in the description below. This is for up to 2,000 email subscribers. So this means you'll be able to start growing your email list and making your first sales for free using System.io. So you're going to have your 100 to 200 email subscribers. You're going to survey them. You're going to figure out what to make. You're going to figure out which problem to teach. And you're going to teach that in a workshop. This workshop is going to be 30 to 60 minutes long, and you're just going to create a few slides in Canva, or you can just teach like this with no slides at all. Totally up to you. And what you're going to do is create that checkout page in System.io. You're going to have the name of the workshop, what's included, what the result is that you are saying that could be possible for them. Obviously, you can't promise that they will get get that, but this could be possible if you do these things. Like this workshop's about how to grow on Instagram, or this workshop's about how to meal prep, or this workshop is about how to change your brakes on your truck. Like, I don't know, my husband just did that, so it's top of mind. But anyways, that's what you're going to do. And what you're going to do then is email your email list, 1 email per day for 3 days, and you are simply going to invite them to buy this workshop. And you're going to say tickets to this workshop are available for the next 3 days, but the workshop doesn't happen until XYZ. So you could have it a week from now, 2 weeks from now, 3 weeks from now, however long you think it'll take you to put the workshop together. By the way, this shouldn't take you more than about 60 minutes to put this workshop together, because all you're doing is just some bullet points, maybe some slides. You could do talking head if you want. And the cool thing is you're pre-selling it. You are getting sales before the workshop even happens. And this is how you're going to prove that people are actually going to buy it. And this is how you're going to get sales in 24 hours. So you grow your email list to 100 to 200 subscribers. You do the survey, you make the checkout page, you sell seats to the workshop by sending emails to your email list. And now you know that if you get sales, that this has worked. And that's great. And then you deliver the workshop, you take the recording, and you can sell it over and over and over and over. And if for some reason it doesn't sell, then you can tweak your offer until it does sell. And so you're not wasting, I've seen people spend months, even years being like,
I'm still building out my digital course.
I'm like, what happens if you spend 3 years building out this digital course and then nobody goes to buy it? Like, please, I beg you, do not be that person, okay? Pre-sell a workshop, something simple, okay? And you're going to want to charge like under $100 for this to get your first sales, to gain confidence. And then from there, you can do a course or a membership if you want to. But now you know how to be lean, how to get sales really quickly. Don't be one of those people that puts this off for months and years. Sure, it might not be easy, but it really is that simple. So that's exactly what I would do if I was a beginner to make sales ASAP. But now let's talk about how am I making over $10,000 every single week from my digital products? Well, first of all, it's not really digital products. It's digital product. I have one main digital product, which is my membership. And from there, I do have things like order bumps and upsells, but in order to buy those, you have to buy the membership first. So I'll kind of explain how it works. And this is more advanced. So if you're a beginner, please do what I talked about first. I just want to also share this with you for those that are more advanced or those that are kind of curious about what I'm doing today. But what I talked about previously, that's what I always do to get started. And it took me a bit to get to this point, right? So what an order bump is you have a checkout page for the main thing. So for me, it's the membership. And then there's an order bump, which is a little checkbox, which is an additional digital product that you can add, which increases the average cart value or ACV. So our order bump is $19, which is, I think, a pretty typical price. And then we also have what's called upsells. So once you complete the checkout form, it will take you, instead of to a thank you page, it'll take you to another offer. It's optional, of course. Our first one is $67 and our second one is $97. But even though these are multiple digital products, these are all part of one digital product, my membership, Freedom Creator Club. And this is how we make around $10,000 every single week. In fact, last month we did even more than that, but that's been about the average for the first 3 months of this year. So what I do is I focus on putting out YouTube videos every single week, mentioning my freebies, growing my email list, and then of course, sending our email subscribers to the checkout page so they can check out the membership. Now, the membership is by far the biggest piece of revenue that we bring in, but there are also a few other little things like affiliate offers. We make around $2,000 to $3,000 a month from affiliate offers. We also do brand deals. We used to only make about $1,000 a month for brand deals, but now last month we did just under 10,000 from brand deals. So that's another great revenue stream as well. And then of course we have new membership sales and also recurring membership sales. And that is why memberships are so powerful, is because you don't start every single month at 0 sales, because you have recurring members, or what's called MRR, monthly recurring revenue. And I find that this creates a real business. This is a real business where every single month you start out and you at least have that recurring income, right? So for me, it's like, I know we at least have the recurring members from the membership. I know we at least have money from AdSense from YouTube. I know we at least have brand deals coming in, because those take like 30 to 60 days for the payments to actually come in. So we have like a number of recurring things. So what I want you to do here is focus on getting started. So start growing your following, start growing your email list, get to that 100 to 200. do the survey, decide if you're going to do an ebook or a workshop. Please go with workshop, so much easier. Pre-sell the workshop, make your first sales. From there, then you can go more advanced like I am now, where you could do something like a membership or a course. I would recommend a membership because I feel like memberships are just a better version of courses. Courses is like a one-off. And with memberships, people pay again and again and again, which really creates, again, MRR, monthly recurring revenue, which creates a real business that has cash flow, right? Now, this is what I would recommend for you to get started and then, of course, move on and become more advanced and reach that 6 or 7 figures a year mark. Listen, you can do this, okay? I was living at my grandma's house with 81 cents when I started my very first business, which was a photography business. I was working for minimum wage at a gas station. I had to teach my manager how to even check her email. I hated where I was in life and I decided to change it. And you can do the same thing too. Now, your story might not be where I am. Maybe you're making 6 figures at your job, but you still don't like it. Whatever it is, you have the power to decide to change your life. You know, if this is something you really want, carve that time out. I carved out every single Friday to make time for digital products, to work on that side of the business. And now I get to do this full time. I get to decide every single day what I want to work on. I get to pay myself a really great amount of money, have a hefty retirement account, tons of free time. I've been to over 28 countries and counting, probably more now because we travel all the time. We're going to Europe again in fall. We're going to visit family in Wisconsin this summer. And I just really want this for you too. Like, if you really want to make this happen, then make it happen. Carve out the time, keep it simple, do the things I talked about in this video. Try not to get distracted by, well, so-and-so's doing this over here. So-and-so's doing this over here. What about LinkedIn? What about Instagram? What about TikTok? Let those things be. Just because they exist doesn't mean you need to do them, okay? Keep it simple. Focus on what we talked about in this video and make it happen. And if you're committed to doing this, let me know in the comments. I want to see that you're dedicated, that you're serious about this, because I feel like that would be a really good first step for you to not only say to me you want to do this, but to say to yourself you want to do this, so that you can get committed and really say,
okay, I'm going to declare that I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to make it happen.
Now that you know how to earn money creating and selling your very own digital products, you might want to learn how to grow your own following on YouTube fast. But how do you do that? Well, it all starts with watching this video next here, because when you pair what you just learned with what's in this video, it's going to get you results even faster. See you in the next video.